Yo, what is up everyone? I hope everybody has been doing really good lately. I know I have. I've been really positive about everything, and that's basically what this video is about, is positivity and the way you think. If you guys don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it. You can really control a lot of your thoughts and a lot of what you do. A lot of people just think that they can just like be gung-ho all the time and like just pretty much shoot everyone down just because they say something that you don't like. A lot of times people aren't wrong in what they're saying. People are usually trying to help you, and if they are trying to help you and they're being negative, then yeah, then I guess it's okay to be gung-ho. We as humans have about 60,000 individual thoughts that go through our mind each day. 95% of those thoughts are the same thoughts that we thought yesterday. Now, why this is important is because 80% of those thoughts are negative thoughts. And all these percentages, 95% of our thought process and our processes dictate how we lead our lives and how happy we are with what we're doing, as well as the amount of success we're gonna find in what we're doing. Now, a lot of people have no idea how much this impacts you. A lot of people will say, oh, you know what, I can't help it. But that's bullshit, because our thoughts are really just electrical pulses that go through our brain and pretty much tell our body how to react to things and how to talk to things. You can control everything. You can control your entire mind, you can control yourself. Stop bullshitting yourself. That's the first thing you have to do, is be able to tell yourself, you know what, I can do this. The more you do that, the more you're gonna be able to do so. Like for example, if you're being lazy and there's like something on the ground or something, you're just being lazy, you don't wanna pick it up, and you just leave it there, you're gonna keep being like that for the rest of your life. Or you keep putting something off, you're gonna keep putting it off. You're not gonna do it the next day like you're saying that you're gonna do it. Really, it doesn't take that much effort for you to pick that thing up off the ground and throw it away. In the long run, those tiny things add up to something much, much bigger. For example, that would lead to less like pollution, and like everything would be cleaner. Same thing like with your room. Like looking at my bed now, my bed is really messed up. But like if I took the extra 5 minutes to do my bed, I'm pretty sure my entire room would look a lot cleaner. Little things like that go a really, really long way. Just thinking, yeah, okay, I'll put that little effort in now will change your entire perspective on things, just because things will look a lot better in your life. A lot of the things you can control, and like the last video, everything starts up here. You have to be able to tell yourself that you can do stuff and that you have to do stuff. Now, I know that a lot of things that we talk about, or a lot of the things that we say or do, or like things that we do on a daily or how we act on a daily, are really influenced by the people around us, our parents, people in your church, or people in your school, or like your peers, and just everybody around you really influences the way you think. Something you can do about that is just choose the people that you are around wisely. You don't want people that are negative all the time, that are always trying to put others down, that are going out and partying all the time. Not that partying is bad, but if you're gonna do that every single day, then you kind of have a problem. Choose the people you're hanging out with wisely, because it'll seriously dictate the way you act around others and the way you put others down and the way you pick others up. People are really, really shitty people nowadays, and a lot of people don't know how to admit when they're wrong. The things that your parents kind of put in you, a lot of things are kind of forced, because you know, they're your parents, you have to respect them, and like a lot of things you don't really have the choice for. Like for example, your religious views. A lot of people at a young age don't really have a choice of what religion they want to follow. So they kind of just follow their parents. Again, as you get older, you'll probably start getting to know more, and you know what, maybe you'll like their religion, maybe you don't. Again, that's your choice. Just get it into your head that others influenced you a lot into making that choice that that's your religion or that's not your religion. Something that everybody should always do when you have negative thoughts, whether you're looking at someone when you're walking down the mall, or you see someone down the street, or whether you're thinking about doing something and you have like a negative thought, you should always just stop. Ask yourself, why the hell did I just like be so negative about that? Like, why did I think that person's shoes were ugly, or why did I think that person looked weird? You know, a lot of those questions, they start making you realize like, wow, I'm a fucking dick. like seriously, you shouldn't care about how someone looks, because a lot of times people don't have the choice. They don't have the choice to make of, like, that's how they were born, dude. You can't really do anything about that. So seriously, like, just stop and ask yourself, and the more and more that you do that, the more and more you're gonna realize, dang, I'm really a dick. But seriously, just stop and ask yourself that, and the more and more you do that, the more and more you'll like recognize that, and then you'll stop doing it. Yeah, so the more you practice on realizing that you're doing something wrong, the more you'll not do it. Now, our body likes to like connect things and make relationships with things, as far as like real life and like to yourself. So for example, working out. A lot of people really hate working out simply because it's hard. It's not easy. Running is nowhere near easy. Doing squats with weights on you is not easy. Lifting weights is not easy. It gets hot, you get sweaty, you get stinky, you start smelling really bad, and nobody likes it. Your body makes that relationship that, dang, this is hard, I'm not gonna do this because I don't like it. Now eating that cake or like getting high or some shit, I don't know, anything, whatever you do for recreational purposes, that's your business. But whatever your body likes and kind of gives it that instant gratification, your body's gonna keep doing that. And you have to tell yourself, no, I can't do that. You have to tell yourself, I need to stop. Sayings are made for nothing. People saying, yeah, the hard thing is never gonna be the easy thing to do. And that is 100% true. There is not 1% of incorrectness in that statement. The hard thing is always going to be the hardest. Well, yeah, it's the hardest thing to do. But yeah, the hard thing is never going to be easy. You'll get more satisfaction from doing the hard thing than you ever will from doing the easy thing. For example, eating that cake. Keep eating that cake. Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks from now, you keep eating more and more cake. What are you gonna get? You're gonna get a belly. Now, when you work out, it's a lot harder, but you get those nice chiseled abs. You'll get those really strong features. You start looking really, really good. And you're like, for example, when I started working out, I would always just stop and stare at myself in the mirror. I know, a little conceited. I would always stop and stare at myself in the mirror and just like, God damn, I'm sexy. That's not a bad thing to do. Like recognizing that you worked hard, that you sweated, that you cried, that you were in pain, and you know what? You achieved something that not many people are willing to do. You went the hard way, and you know you did it. Why? Because you told yourself that you could do it. Your attitude controlled that. Your attitude told your body that, you know what, you could keep running. It's just sweat, it's just a little bit of pain, and in the end you got something more amazing than you would have if you would have taken the easy route and gotten the chocolate cake. But you know, I do love chocolate cake. I'll eat chocolate cake even though I work out. All in is like limits, you know? Everything is good in its limits. That'll be something I'll talk about later on. But yeah, so your mind makes relationships. It likes easy, it doesn't like hard, and you have to figure out how to kind of like reverse that and change that. I want to bring up the topic, like 2 separate laws. There's the law of concentration, which is kind of like the thoughts that you think about and what you're focusing on in your life will keep growing in your mind. So for example, if you go to work every day and you're like, God damn, I really hate the job, you're gonna keep hating the job. You're gonna keep growing more and more hateful towards it, and you're not gonna want to be there. Every day that's gonna keep happening until you finally just give up. A lot of times that's not the correct thing to do. Why? Because sometimes you have one of the easiest jobs you can ever realize. And just be a little bit more grateful. Realize, you know what, this is all just my attitude. I'm just being negative about it. I just don't want to be here because of my attitude. I just don't want to be at work. Start thinking like, you know what can I do to make my time go by a little quicker, or what can I do to make this place a little bit more mine? You know, things like that will change the way you go to work. You'll be happy to go to work. You won't feel like it's a waste of your time anymore. Now, the other thing is the law of becoming. You basically make the person that you are. Your thoughts will create your limits, it'll create your strengths, it'll create your weaknesses. It'll basically stop you from doing anything that you want to do. The law of becoming is really, really cool because anything that you think will pretty much happen. If you think it over time, you just keep repeating those processes and you will literally become that person. For me, ever since I started this YouTube video, or for example, the other day I went to IKEA and one of my missions was to compliment 10 girls and 10 guys on anything random about it. I achieved my mission, and like it was so cool seeing everybody's reactions. You know, a lot of people weren't really expecting that. They were there looking at furniture, and they had no idea that that's what they were gonna get. They had no idea that someone's gonna be like, oh hey dude, I love your jacket, that shit is so cool. And you know, people just smile. They just like, oh yeah, you know what, I got it like 15 years ago, and like it's crazy, like people really told me that, and complete strangers. But you know, that compliment, it went a long way in like building my own confidence, because I was talking to a random ass stranger. Like it's cool because the attitude that I had was really changing the person that I've been. Because you know, I was that dick. I was the person that was like, you know what, like that guy looks kind of funny. But I've always wanted to help people. But yeah, like I do have my moments where I'm like a prick. It's really nice waking up and realizing that my attitude is really having a change in my life. I look forward to working out. I look forward to doing stuff. I look forward to cleaning my room now. It feels so good seeing everything organized and in its place than seeing my floor dirty and like clothes all over the place. As I think more and more about it, the more and more of a better person I become. I mean, it's not gonna happen overnight because a lot of this stuff is about repetitiveness and you have to keep practicing it. And the more and more positive you think, the more positive you're gonna become and the better your attitude is gonna be. A lot of times it is hard for people to stay positive For example, me, I get super motivated. I'll start doing all this stuff and I'm like this stuff is so cool. Like I see so many things happening, like my car is clean, my room is clean. Like I went out and I basically did what I wanted to do. I went out and I took some pictures of me in my car. We're just doing so much, and while it does get tiresome, it's so much fun. It's so much better than just sitting on your ass all day. Like you get way more satisfaction and you feel like you did something. I remember sitting on my couch all day playing Xbox, and yeah, Xbox is fun, but I would sit there all day, and at the end of the day, right before I'm about to go to bed, I'm like, damn, I really wasted a whole day just sitting here. I don't want to keep living like that, and I know a bunch of my friends don't want to keep living like that either. You guys should really be proactive and really be stepping out there and just doing what you want to do. Don't go wasting time doing dumb shit that you don't need to be doing, that isn't helping you progress. I see so many of my friends doing dumb shit, and all it does is just dig you into holes, and they're holes that you don't want to be in. Now, when you do get stuck in holes and you kind of get like unmotivated and just feel like you don't want to do anything or you don't have energy, you need to just shift your view. Instead of like thinking like, God damn, this shit sucks. Whatever the problem is, I can't think of a problem to give you guys an example, but whatever the problem is, instead of focusing on the problem, focus on a way to kind of like fix that. And the more you focus on the way to fix that, the less you're thinking about the actual problem itself, and you're just like thinking of ways to be creative and like, thinking of ways to just fix the issue. And a lot of times in doing that, you'll have so much fun fixing it, and you kind of open your mind a little more because you start seeing more and more things that you could be fixing. Just looking at things positively brings that positivity back into your life and into your mind. For a lot of us, it is really, really hard to admit that, one, we were either wrong, two, that we are being negative, two, that we're assholes, three, that we really are really big assholes, or 4 or 5, whatever, I don't remember what number I was on, or 6, that we're really big dicks. And a lot of people really are dicks, and they don't realize that. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, you know what, I was mean, and then they drop it at that. They don't want to change, but you guys really need to change. Realizing that you're mean or that you were a isn't the end of it. You guys have to be able to reflect on that. If you ever cross someone wrong, be able to apologize. It is so hard to apologize. It's like the other day, I was at Taco Bell. I was hungry. I was like a girl on her period. I wanted what I wanted, and I wanted it now. I was in the drive-thru. I got like 4 chicken quesadillas and a quesarito, because I'm fat as shit. And we go up to the window, and I got all my stuff. I was all happy. I asked her for my hot sauce, and I look in the bag. Now 2 chicken quesadillas and my quesarito, but I was missing like 2 other quesadillas and a taco, and like the lady had just asked us if we wanted our drinks mixed with another drink because they had ran out of what we had originally asked for, and I was cool, and I said yeah, and then only to find out that like my bag was missing shit. I was pissed. I put my car in first and I drove off. I sped up and I drove around to the front of the store. I walked into the store while acting all big and stuff. And like, you know what? I didn't say anything. I ordered my quesadilla and I stayed quiet. Like, there I'm being angry, like sitting there like, I'm really being a right now. And I was just sitting there, and you have one of those moments where you're just like, wow, I was really an asshole. I had one of those moments. I got my quesadilla. The girl at the counter was different than the girl at the window. She gave me my quesadilla, and the manager comes by, which is the one that was at the window. She says, come back. She had another quesadilla that she was making, and she gave me it for free. Now, I was walking out, and I was like, dang, I can't just walk out. I was just being a dick to this girl, and she was just so nice. I turned right back around quietly because it is embarrassing. Like, you embarrassed yourself. You need to be able to admit that. I embarrassed myself, and I told her, you know what, I'm really sorry for being an asshole to you. It takes a lot to admit that. That's the first thing. You guys have to be able to admit that you were wrong. 2, you have to realize that you need to change. You have to tell yourself, I don't know if I'm gonna be stuck in the same spot for the rest of my life. I've seen people who, they're my age or cousins that are older than me, that they're negative people, and they've been stuck working at these shitty ass jobs for the longest time simply because they can't fix their attitude. You have to want to do better for yourself. It's all for yourself. Anything that you do, anything positively is, even if you're helping others, it's for yourself. Trust me, your self-satisfaction is gonna go up like crazy. You're gonna be confident. You're gonna start loving yourself. You're gonna start loving the person that you're becoming. You're gonna have to want to change. That's one of the biggest things. You have to want it. And aside from just wanting it, you have to tell yourself, you have to tell everybody, you have to be able to put it out there that, you know what, I want to be a positive person, I want to influence you, I want you to eventually look up to me and be like, dude, you're so awesome, you really changed the way I look at things. I've really been changing the person that I am. I've always been fairly positive, I've been fairly nice, I was never really like a straight up dick or an asshole. I've always been cool with everybody. I've always been that person that just happens to be friends with everybody or that knows everybody. That's who I've always been. But I have moments where I'm really acting like a little girl, and realizing that is one of the hardest things to do. I have people who I consider straight up friends, and I have people who I consider acquaintances. Now my friends, some of you guys are like, you guys suck, you're mean, you talk too much about others, you worry about things that have nothing to do with you. You guys need to learn to, one, either mind your own business or like stop, change the way you think about shit. A lot of times you guys are so good at judging others, but you don't even take the time to realize that you're really a piece of shit. You guys really need to self-reflect. So many people really do try to be themselves, and there's always gonna be those people that are negative, but if they're your friends, they should never be judging you like that. I mean, it's good to tell each other like, hey man, you should be doing this a little bit better, just because you want to help them, not because you want to put them down. And that's what I see a lot. I see a lot of friends putting each other down. Instead of putting others down, elevate them. Learn to judge yourself before you judge others. Like, those relationships that you have with people are so important. If you want to be that person that inspires, be positive. If you want to be that person that everybody thinks is cool, compliment people. Don't put them down. If you guys want to be the person that people look up to, you have to be positive. You have to be the person that others are willing to be. I want people to realize that with their attitudes, like, you can greatly influence your life. You can greatly influence the path that you're taking and the doors that open up to you. Think positively, and positivity will come back to you. Your life will change. You'll be happy. You'll be cool. You'll be that dude walking down the street that everybody says what's up to. Why? Because you're the man. You're the girl. You're the homie. That's what you are. Everybody's gonna be attracted to you. There's not gonna be anybody. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be people. I'm lying, because people are stupid and they're gonna hate you. But you have to look past that, and if somebody's being hateful, educate them and just spread positivity. Alright guys, so I'm gonna be quick just because my battery is kind of dying on the camera and it's kind of overheating at the same time. Please love your neighbor, love everybody around you, show them that you love them. Be positive about what you're doing on your day-to-day lives. Be positive when you're going to work, sing a song, be hype, be the hype man. Just be cool with what you're doing. Do it, get it done, don't slack, stay cool, and seriously, from the bottom of my heart, I love everyone that's been showing me support, and even if you haven't been showing me support, I still love you. See you guys next time.